It's time for our roundup of the top 5 GPS cycling computers for 2022. As always, before we get on with the show, don't forget to like, subscribe and click the little bell icon so you get notified every time we upload a new video. No cycling computer roundup would be complete without mentioning a name that's become synonymous with the category. So, we're going to start off with the 520 Plus from, you guessed it, Garmin. It's targeted at competitive riders with all the features you'd want to see, like Strava live segments, FTP testing and tracking, VO2 max calculation, Di2 integration, and you get the picture. There's lots and lots of tech in this little computer. If you're keen on touchscreens, then you'll need to look elsewhere, as the 520 Plus is buttons only. But for many, that's a good thing, as touchscreens aren't always completely hassle-free. Size-wise, it's relatively small, so if you like a large premium display, then you may want something bigger. However, for cyclists interested in performance, we think it strikes a decent balance between size, features and weight. Despite its size, the navigation features are good, with turn-by-turn directions, off-course recalculation and back-to-start routing. Finally, it offers great value for money, with Garmin selling the unit for £199.99, although you will often find cheaper deals if you shop around. If you want to know more, you can read our full review of the Garmin Edge 520 Plus by clicking the link in the video description. A relative newcomer to the cycling computer game, Wahoo shook things up when they first released their Bolt in 2017. Like the 520 Plus, it was aimed at the performance-minded cyclist, thanks to its claimed aero credentials and the included out-front mount. However, much like cycling tech as a whole, things have moved on. And so, the latest generation Elemnt Bolt has a full colour screen, along with some other key upgrades. The screen is the same size as the old Bolt at 2.2 inches and also features an ambient light sensor. This means the backlight will change according to the light conditions you're riding in, helping to increase battery life. You can also configure what appears in colour on the screen. So if you just want to focus on your power figures and nothing else, you can make sure that stands out the most. The other key update is smart navigation. You can now automatically reroute your ride if you stray from your planned course. You can also change destination mid-ride, route back to the start, and retrace your ride from your computer without using a phone. If you want to learn more, then check the link in the video description for the full news story on this computer. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our full video review in the near future. Another GPS cycling computer which is set to challenge the dominance of Garmin comes from Hammerhead and its Karoo 2. It has all the features you'd expect from any modern-day GPS unit, such as navigation, integration with Strava, support for ANT Plus and Bluetooth, custom riding profiles, and a responsive touchscreen with droplet rejection. This means that if you're drooling in pain trying to hold the wheel at 1 billion watts, you'll still be able to scroll nicely through your touchscreen. Regarding the screen, it's a decent size, coming in at 3.2 inches. It's also incredibly clear, offering perhaps the best high-resolution display of any cycling computer on the market. The original Karoo was popular among the public and bike testers alike, but most people felt it was a little bit too big and heavy. So Hammerhead were keen to improve on this with the Karoo 2. The unit now weighs around the 135 gram mark and goes up to 167 grams when you include the mount. That's a decent chunk lighter than the original model, but still about double the weight of the Wahoo Elemnt Bolt V2 at 68 grams without the mount. So, weight weenies who are all about counting those grams may need to look elsewhere. That being said, it's a highly regarded GPS computer with a fantastic screen and some amazing features, so is well worth a closer look. For most people, a GPS cycling computer will usually be the way to go. After all, they're designed specifically for the job in hand. However, some riders may prefer using a smartphone or a smartwatch. While we don't have time to go into specific models, although do let us know in the comments if that's a top 5 video you would like to see, we will go over some of the pros and cons of smartwatches and smartphones. To start, most people already have a smartphone, so they're ideal if you're looking to dip your toes into the world of recording rides without forking out for a dedicated cycling computer. The majority of popular tracking apps, such as Strava, are also available for smartphones, so there's no hassle when it comes to uploading and recording your rides. The cons? Well, GPS tracking on your smartphone will have a huge effect on its battery life. Smartphones are also not as durable against things like weather or an unlucky crash. Smartwatches are great for those who also like to do some cross-training, such as running and swimming, though why you do either of those is beyond us. They still have many of the same features you would find on a bike computer as well. The downsides? The obvious one is that smartwatches are harder to read while riding. This is particularly an issue if you're navigating. And while they do offer loads of useful functions for other sports and everyday health, this does mean they probably won't provide as much detailed information as a proper cycling computer. That is just a very brief overview, but if you want to learn more about the pros and cons of smartphones and smartwatches, then we recommend clicking the link to our detailed guide in the video description. The BikeRadar video and testing teams spend much of their time out and about in all kinds of conditions, and the GPS computer you'll most often see aboard their bikes is the Garmin Edge 830. Yes, you heard that right, 2 computers from the same brand in one video. We have no doubt you'll let us know how you feel about that in the comments. But we're unashamed in our love for the Garmin Edge 830. To start with, it strikes a great balance between size, cost and features. It's not too big at 48 by 74.5mm, not hideously expensive at £350 and full of amazing tech. The turn-by-turn navigation offered by this computer is particularly good. When zoomed in, the on-screen map provides excellent levels of detail and accurate guidance instructions. You can also get helpful safety warnings when a sharp turn is approaching. Filming or testing days are often long, so another impressive feature of the 830 is the claimed 20 hours of battery life in GPS mode. In reality, you'll probably get less, but it's still a decent improvement over the outgoing 820 model. Finally, it packs in nearly all of the functionality of the Garmin Edge 1030 and 1030 Plus at a significantly lower cost. Without sounding like a broken record, if you want a deep dive where we go over all the tech in detail on this computer, check the link in the video description. So there's our list. What would be in your top 5? As always, don't forget to leave us a comment and don't forget to like, subscribe and click the little bell icon so every time we upload a new video, you will get a notification.